Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews, and today we're looking at something that I've been kind of sitting on for a while called The Demon's Plan. It's a manga that came out recently, part of an initiative from Shonen Jump A to synchronize and have initial releases in the Viz Media version as well as the Shueisha, so a Japanese and English release of introductory chapters. What they basically do is they have 3 chapters that they release, synchronize it, if it picks up they'll carry on bringing it forward. So they came out with a few different ones. So they came out with Amalgam of Distortion, which is again it's a very gritty, dark type of story to do with aliens and skeletons and monsters and all sorts of other stuff that's going on. And a man's life is changed very quickly when he's part of some type of experiment. He's meant to die, but his pure will to see, I guess, the girl that he loves brings him back, and he goes on his way and he survives. Spring Weapon number 1 was kind of a comedic thing where the villains have a type of weapon that basically wants to live the spring of his youth. It's kind of like Mike Guy basically being a robot wanting to be a teenager again. So a comedy there. And then they had a third one. They've got a fourth one called Golazzo that's kind of running through at the moment about football, but if that picks up I'll discuss it. But for now we're talking about Demon's Plan. It was the third one that came out. There's 5 chapters that have come out so far. 3 were released as part of the Viz Media thing, and it looks like somebody's picked it up for scanlation. Unfortunately, the other ones I can't find one right now, but if they ever come out, I will do them because I did enjoy them. So this one is purely, it's going to be a summary. It's not going to have everything answered because I want to keep it within 10 minutes. But it's a decent chapter and story so far, and I do recommend checking it out. I will not be holding my breath on it because, like previously, new series always get cancelled very easily and very early. So we'll see how it goes. I'll review it for the time being. It's not going to be one of my core reviews. I will be reviewing it. We'll see how it goes. Without further ado, let's get into the review. So the main story of Demon Plan, and what is Demon Plan? Demon Plan is essentially a type of kind of a supernatural entity or a type of cube type of thing, which essentially grants you your wish, whatever it might be, if you are lucky enough or you are chosen well. So there's a few underlying elements to this, the way the story starts, and it talks about the difference in the poor and the rich and how they manipulate the poor, and how they have lived different types of lives. And there is an underlying element of that in the first chapter. The first chapter was really big, 50-60 different pages, and quite a lot happens. So it starts off with that. It starts off and it follows 2 main characters and their paths. So they're like brothers. They grow up together. One character is called Boros, and basically he has an underling called Carlos. And basically Boros saved his life when they were very young, and he owes all himself to him, and he wants to basically live with him and be happy. That's the idea. They see the Demon's Plan in action, and they vow to save £1 million, $1 million, to basically try it at one point. They get very close, and the police want to take the money, and it's kind of like whole conspiracy / dodgy cops, corruption, I guess. And one thing leads to another, and the real Demon Plan activates. So there's a person that basically is finding chosen ones. It's called Patron. He's a bit of a weird jester type of person, and he has an ulterior motive, I should say. So the Demon Plan, yes, it grants your wishes, but there are other underlying elements to it, and it makes sense when you think about, when you sell your soul to the devil, there's always something else that's going on, and it's not completely as clear cut as you would think, and that's kind of the element that's here now. So what essentially happens, and what the reality of it is the Demon Plan, it kind of feasts and it grants you power based on the purest of thoughts, the purest of feelings or wishes, I guess, and it grants you a given power based on that. So Carlos is in a weird situation because they want to take the money, and he finds out the Demon's Plan that they want to give the money for is fake. He loses his mind, and ultimately, to make Boros' dream come true, he wishes kind of deep in his heart of hearts to basically have the power to rid the world of evil people. So ultimately he gets this power that's really offense kind of minded, called a Blue Mist Wing or something like that. And his job really is to kill everybody that's bad so he can have a good world. So basically to do a good thing but in a really bad way. Boro finds out about this, and when he goes there, he has the deepest heart of hearts feeling to protect everyone. So the ultimate destroyer versus the ultimate protectionist. And basically, they get separated, they both get abilities, and it's Boro's journey to find out where Carlos is and bring him back, essentially. And Carlos is doing his own thing at the same time. Then, what we find out is, essentially, there's 108 chosen ones so far, and it's like the ultimate death match. So, for the person to be granted his wish, he has to kill everybody else, or get killed in the process. It's one of the other. You're either going to kill everybody or you're going to die trying. And it's important because they're given the curse of immortality, so you can only truly be killed by another demon, and by being granted the power by the demon's plan, you are effectively a demon. So the problem with this for Boros is he has to kill Carlos for his wish to live a happy life with Carlos. So it's kind of like a tough situation for him. And he gets this type of armor called the red armor that's essentially based on his blood. So the more he bleeds, the more powerful his armor becomes. And this is good because it gives you a dynamic of growth and evolution. So the more people he protects, the more damage he takes over time. Essentially, eventually, he's going to get strong enough to have some next level tank type of armor. Throughout the first 5 chapters, he makes the journey to leave his hometown and goes to kind of like the capital or a crown city to find more. So he eventually runs into a person that has information or gathers information called Salvia, who is also looking for her brother that went missing. So her brother at some point in the story will turn up, who's also a demon now, wanting to be granted his wish or granted his wish. They eventually run into a person called Veronica, who is a collectionist who has a crazy ability. Collects all these weapons, catalogs them, breaks them down to a point where they know the strengths and weaknesses, and then they have a fight. It's like the first battle between demons, and it's between Boros and the collectionist, with Boros eventually winning. So it's a really compelling story. There's a lot to it. It has a lot of different elements for different types of series in there. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, it's a copy of this, like they did with Black Clover. It's a copy of that. It isn't. It's its own thing, and it has elements that are similar to other things. So you could say it's Magi-ish with the whole demon dungeon type of thing. There's an element of Naruto there, with Boro being like Naruto, and Carlos being like Sasuke, Boro being the physical one, and Carlos being the brilliant one. So there's all these elements to it that are very similar. You've got this deathmatch situation, which is kind of like Battle Royale, the Eastern Asian type of movie or story. So there's quite a bit that goes on. There's quite interesting dynamic. So I like it. I just hope it continues to a point where I can review it on a regular basis. So that's pretty much a big summary of it. I enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. And this is my review. I did try to make one earlier on. I wasn't happy with this, so I hope you enjoyed this one better, though you've got nothing to compare it to. Anyway, chapter 1 to 5 covered, summarized, my thoughts on it. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let me know what you can think so I can improve. Keep it cool, don't troll. But anyway, have a good time with it. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.